All right, the highlight for this Thursday is knowing the context of the market. What do we mean by that? Hey, the market opens up bearish, right? And after it opens up bearish, it goes down a couple points and jumps. Oh, okay. But jumps again through the open, through the VWAP, through some places that should have stopped it. At that point, if you don't put your horns on and get bullish, something's wrong with you. First off, there was like an 80% bearish pull where, and you should be bearish. We're 18 points lower. And we go right in here, look at my cursor, and we actually dip down lower after the open. Halfway through this bar up, you have to say, wow, this is pretty bullish. So it rallies, it retraces, it rallies, retraces. Now the thing is, this selling right in here, all right, just really got the market cheap. The reason why, and it did get bearish in here, and we talked about this being a head fake, and we talk about these head fake patterns all the time, right? If you draw a box in there, the middle of it, as soon as it gets through the middle of it, we talked about look out below. But this was driven, this move here, by U.S., someone in the White House, I think, or administration talking about that. They even had more corona cases, over 100,000 in China, not 15,000 extra cases. Because the story overnight was there's about 15,000 extra cases from a reclassification of this coronavirus. That's why we were why we opened 18 points, 0.5% lower. But and so that's why it also did this. Down in here, and this is not anything that you see on this chart, but we look at potentially where longs or shorts puke. Who's in trouble when a market goes down this far, this fast? Longs or shorts? Longs. Not only in trouble, but who's underwater? More or less longs. If you just think about it from there to there. When most of them get knocked off the boat, then it could float. And we had that at 60 quarter down in here when it was trading. But that's not even the highlight. The highlight today is understanding context, where this is the box. If you're not bullish in there, we're going to have to get you an appointment with a resident brain surgeon, because you don't have to be long, but you can't be bearish, you can't be short. You have to anticipate that. And you have to anticipate that for a couple reasons. Only the things we know is what we have to read the real time. The only things that we have are the things that we know. We know that at this point right in here, we know that all these highs are coming in to define the top of a box. All right, we know that. We also know that the market opened up really weak and rallied in here. We also know that the market went down, but on a story that might have just got it cheap, and it took back most of it, okay? Took back most of this sell-off when it got up here. And so all those things, it's what I had said, beach ball underwater. That's what this market's been. Had to get weak. Coronavirus might be worse than it is. An extra 15,000 cases. They're reclassifying it. We don't, and then boom, beach ball underwater. But maybe it's 100,000 cases. Beach ball underwater. So we take back almost the entire 18-point decline from yesterday's close to today's open in half a session. You got to build context, or you got to know context. And the way to understand context is to have building blocks. Build your story. You don't need dozens of these elements to come up with the story. It's simplicity. If you have too many things that you have to combine to put on a trade, you'll never trade. You'll always find a reason to exercise your fear. And fear comes from one place: randomness. If there's a saw that's random, the way it's moving, I don't want to touch it. Do you? No, I'm afraid of it. So you want to understand the tool, which is the market, understanding price, understanding your weaknesses are always going to be you. And the less randomness you have, the less fear you're going to have, the less psychological problems you're going to have, the less mistakes you're going to make, the less self-inflicted wounds, like adding the losers. And, everybody wants to learn risk management. You know how to manage your risk? Learn how to strip randomness out, and everything else tends to take care of itself. You don't want to be on the metaphor I could use is, you want to be healthier. It's not, well, I could take a pill for this and a pill for that and a pill for this and a pill for that. Doesn't mean you're healthy. But if you just do the normal things, everything else seems to take care of itself. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you live a healthier life, it seems like you don't have this or have that. And that's what's important. So you want to manage your risk better. You want to manage your psychology better. You want to manage your fear better. Strip out randomness.